This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, investigators have released the name of the man found dead inside a Presque Isle home with a pipe bomb inside.
The state medical examiner's office says it was of William Anderson, a brewer. His death is still under investigation. The Presque Isle Police Department got a call about a deceased man at 17 Parsons Street last Thursday. When they arrived, they found Anderson dead in a handmade pipe bomb. They closed down the road, and the bomb squad retrieved the pipe bomb and deactivated it. State Fire Marshal's investigators have determined the pipe bomb belonged to Anderson.
The Penobscot County Grand Jury indicted a Bangor man accused of cutting a Bangor police officer with a knife. 41-year-old Montorio Calhoun was indicted for assault on an officer. Bangor police officers encountered Calhoun during a traffic stop earlier this month and found he had an arrest warrant. Police say Calhoun allegedly started to fight the two officers and had a knife. He also allegedly attempted to remove one of the officers' weapons from its holster. One officer suffered a laceration on his arm during the struggle.
The grand jury also indicted 31-year-old Stephen Hunt of Bangor in connection with a stabbing at 101 3rd Street. One person suffered severe injuries from the incident. Hunt allegedly fled the scene prior to officers arriving. He was indicted on charges of elevated aggravated assault and domestic violence assault. And the grand jury also indicted 61-year-old Tammy Lee of Enfield in connection with a large drug bust at her home. Police arrested six people and seized more than half a pound of suspected fentanyl, as well as approximately $1,000 in suspected drug proceeds. Police say the fentanyl had a street value of around $40,000. Lee was indicted for aggravated trafficking in scheduled drugs.
Well, affordable housing is in short supply on Mount Desert Island, and one employer is doing something about it for the sake of the business. Susan Farley has the story.
The number one issue everybody had is affordable housing, whether it's to buy a house or to rent an apartment. There just isn't enough on MDI. And so that was the driving force.
It took a year of planning and another year of construction, but the Jackson Lab is celebrating the ribbon cutting on their own workforce housing in Bar Harbor.
We have 1,500 employees who work here in Maine. And so in order to advance our mission of curing disease and helping human health, we also have to make it easier, healthier for our employees to live nearby.
Officials say, like many employers, the lab has had trouble attracting workers to the area, but not because of the jobs, but because they can't find a place to live.
Well, I think what we're seeing is that need for collaboration and a recognition from employers that housing is critical if they're going to be able to recruit people to come to their areas.
The 24 apartment units are just across the street from the lab. They are priced at market rates and were awarded by lottery.
As someone who was born and raised in Bar Harbor, it was very disheartening to see how difficult it was to find housing as a local to the area. I was looking as far as an hour commute just to try to find a place.
I'm Susan Farley for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
A major $2 million project is now complete at Husson University. Our Joe Cortez has more.
7 new modern science laboratories are officially open at Husson University.
These facilities are part of the reason why Husson University is recognized as a leading educator in the state of Maine for healthcare professionals.
Over 75% of the university's graduates stay in the state of Maine, and right now 1/3 of students are enrolled in a health-related field.
We actually provide more healthcare professionals for the Maine healthcare community than any other institution in the state.
The new labs will give students a tailored experience to help them in their post-college careers. According to John Roman, a graduate from the class of 77, in just 3 years, it's projected Maine will be short 1,450 registered nurses.
From these very laboratories will come the future nurses, the doctors that our state needs to take care of our aging population.
Husson students will be using the same type of equipment found in professional medical facilities. These new laboratories will give graduates a better opportunity to begin their careers with biotechnology and pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, and other science-related corporations.
That hands-on experience, especially that human experience, is really important for students to make connections, not just treat people biologically and chemically, but to make a connection to help them understand their treatment course and to learn with all the new technology about the different things that are going on in the human body. We have lots to learn today about what's going on. So.
And for Carla Rodriguez, she sees it as a major boost in her final steps in becoming a surgeon.
I think it's awesome. It makes me really excited about everything because it's like the best new equipment. It prepares us for our future and makes us feel more confident in ourselves.
In Bangor, I'm Joe Cortez for ABC7 and Fox 22.
In other news tonight, the Republican National Committee hosted a grand opening today in Bangor. Maine's 2nd Congressional District candidate Bruce Poliquin and the RNC opened a new victory office on Stillwater Avenue in Bangor today. During the event, Mr. Poliquin talked about his goals should he win this coming November.
We need to bring Maine common sense back to Washington. Maine common sense. There's nothing like it, and there's not enough down there.
According to the Secretary of State's website, in order to be counted, absentee ballots must be received by the municipal clerk no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day. Election Day, by the way, takes place November 3rd.
The town of Old Town has launched a fleet of electric scooters for its community members. Our Devin Dagnalt has more.
On Tuesday, the city of Old Town became the first community in Maine to have bird scooters. Director of Economic and Community Development, E.J. Roach, says that the partnership with Bird Scooters was made to improve the lives of community members, but also to attract others to the area.
Give people an opportunity to perhaps visit Old Town and try out the scooters because we were the first community to do so. It makes it a little easier for people to get in and around town. You don't necessarily have to drive and park. And if you want to visit one end of downtown and go see the other, you can jump on a scooter and quickly get there.
The scooters can be paid for and located through the Bird Scooter app.
Riding a Bird Scooter is as easy as opening up the Bird Scooter app, locating a scooter, and then scanning the QR code. And then once that's done, you're ready to go.
If you would like to ride the scooters outside of Old Town, unfortunately, you're out of luck. The scooters are set to only work within the borders of the town and will come to a stop if taken beyond that. However, Roach says that there are talks of expanding the scooters location to include Orono and the UMaine campus. He also says the new scooters are eco-friendly and fun, but people should remain aware of their safety when riding them.
We want people to be safe and be mindful of other people walking and biking and driving in the community. We want you to not use them on sidewalks, encourage them to use them in the street as you would a bicycle.
In Old Town, I'm Devin Dagnalt, reporting for ABC7, Fox 22.
Looks like a fun way to move about.
Yeah, I've tried those out just one time, but it's really cool to be able to just hop on one and just go. It's certainly cool to see that addition here in our backyard.
Yeah, just increasing the versatility of how people get from one place to another, maybe not always so reliant on vehicles.
Right.
Alrighty, well, with a little bit more on what we can expect in terms of outdoor conditions, let's take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. And our first weather today is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. So today, maybe not the nicest weather day out there. We do have lots of cloud cover across the state, even a couple of sprinkles, especially south of our area here in Bangor, closer to the coast. Couple of sprinkles and lighter showers there, but for the most part we're looking pretty good in the northeast. Just some cloudy skies, but take a look here in Canada, the green and the yellow, that's indicating some rain. All of that will continue pushing east and make it into our state overnight and then into tomorrow. So we're not going to be in the clear until Saturday. Temperatures earlier were mild out there, near hot, I'd say, in the 80s as we had an 81-degree reading in Bangor. Same thing in Bar Harbor, a little bit cooler by Rockland, coming in at 77 degrees. But everybody was in on 70s and 80s, so it was a nice and pleasant day earlier today. But overnight tonight, we're going to continue to cool off into the lower 60s. Beth and Peter?
All right, well, a calm overnight ahead following a really just great day today. A great day to have our station barbecue, which was hosted today by by the wonderful people upstairs. So yeah, they provided us with some
delicious
steak
food
and other great food.
Yeah,
so,
it was awesome.
Yeah, so hopefully other people are able to get out there and enjoy the weather too.
Yeah, we hope you were outside grilling and enjoying delicious food as well, or maybe you're about to.
Yeah, exactly.
Just as good. All right, well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, the Maine Warden Service gets extra funding to strengthen search efforts.
And the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency partners with the Northern Border Regional Commission to connect cities with better ways to sustainably use their outdoor resources. More on that coming up right now after the break.
No one told us to get up and go. That's just our rhythm. And when the heart throws that rhythm off, Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center will get it back to a healthier beat through minimally invasive procedures for heart disease with no need for open chest surgery. So you can get back to your rhythm of life.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
As missing cases for a growing vulnerable population rise, the Maine Warden Service has secured extra funding to strengthen search efforts. Our AJ Douglas has the story.
Wandering is a very serious and it's a very common and it's a very dangerous problem that affects individuals with cognitive disorders such as dementia-related illnesses. Among people living with dementia, about 6 in 10 will wander at some point in their lifetime.
That concerning statistic is why the Alzheimer's Foundation of America will award the Maine Warden Service a $6,000 grant, which will allow the Public Service Agency to purchase transmitters and receivers for their Project Lifesaver program. The program provides technology to families caring for loved ones suffering from dementia-related illnesses. Miranda Carver's father wandered from home 1 week after being diagnosed with dementia.
I wish that we would have gotten his diagnosis earlier. Had we known, we could have been there or taken steps to know where he was, given him a medical bracelet so that if something had happened, we'd be able to track him.
Game Warden Lieutenant Aaron Cross says every search is different and decisions are made depending on the circumstances surrounding the search.
We factor everything in from, geography to the weather conditions, people's mental capacity, age. Those factors kind of help us make a decision on how we're going to how we're going to proceed.
Cross says law enforcement uses an internal notification system and silver alerts to communicate to other states concerning missing persons. Carver says she and her family are not sure where to turn next.
We don't know where else to go as far as what we can do as a family.
Those with a friend or loved one experiencing Alzheimer's or dementia-related illnesses can call the Alzheimer Foundation of America's helpline by dialing 866-232-8484 or log on to alzfnd.org. AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is partnering with the Northern Border Regional Commission and several other agencies to connect cities with better ways to sustainably use their outdoor resources. Bangor is one of the 25 cities selected for the EPA's Recreational Economies Rural Communities program. The program will offer a 2-day in-person assistance planning workshop. The consulting program will help communities strategize ways to leverage their outdoor recreational resources to help modernize their downtown areas.
Small or rural communities have a lot to offer in terms of their character, and maybe are just waiting to be discovered in a new light. And so we're excited to offer this assistance that can hopefully shed that light on Bangor alongside the great community that already exists.
The EPA is working with the Greater Bangor Convention and Visitors Bureau to connect with those who can benefit from the program. The EPA hopes to start pre-planning workshop calls this fall.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the 2023 Maine Teacher of the Year state finalists have been chosen.
Rural communities.
And in sports, Maine field hockey officially begins its 2022 season this weekend. We'll find out what they had to say about facing the defending national champs. Stay with us.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed with commercial lending, cash management tools, and merchant services. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, named one of America's best banks.
Get 2.19% APR for 60 months plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2022 Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. Visit Quirk Cadillac in Bangor.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Easier banking anywhere, anytime, with online bill pay, digital wallet, mobile deposit, and more. Whatever you're planning, saving for, or working toward, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, named one of America's best banks.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, I'm telling you, it's an exciting time for Maine field hockey. Of course, they're coming off their first ever conference championship, but there's a ton of talent returning this year. And looking at this weekend's opening slate, the Black Bears are wasting no time seeing where they stack up.
We have the excitement, I think the community has it, and it's time to just keep that rolling.
Maine field hockey rolls into 2022 as the 22nd seed in the country, giving them even more to be excited about as they begin their defense of the America East title.
To come out for this preseason poll at 22nd was just a huge pat on the back for us for how hard we've been working.
Ranked or not, that hard work will be put to the test right out the gate, with Maine opening the 2022 season against a familiar foe in UMass.
I feel that it's a really good game for us to start because really that's the caliber that we want to be playing at, and we just have to focus on, the things that we can do to win that game.
The Minutemen have proven to be tough, but the very next day, the caliber only increases as the Black Bears square off against Northwestern, last year's NCAA national champion.
For them being the defending, national champions and, just the quality of team that they are, it's just a great opportunity for our program to be in a game like that.
The Wildcats may boast the nation's top seed, but in recent years, the Black Bears have held strong, making this weekend all the more interesting.
My sophomore year, we actually beat them, and then last year they came out hard for us, so now it's our turn to return it.
Is it a budding rivalry? Perhaps, but at the very least, it's another chance for Maine to prove its worth on the national scale.
It's quite a privilege to be able to face the number one team in the country. And that's exciting for us. It's just a good position to come in as the underdog. We're able to do what we want to do. We're able to play as hard as we want to play and really bring it to them. I think my mindset right now is the pressure's on them, and it's our time to just go out hard and scare them.
I think that's the only mindset you can have, right? When you're facing the top team in the country, they'll face UMass on Saturday at 1. Then they'll face the Wildcats at 1 on Sunday, and it'll be a good test to see where they stack up. Let's transition now with the start of fall season. Summer is pretty much over, sad to say, but we've still got plenty of good golf weather. And this weekend, Herman Meadow will play host to the 13th annual Tracy's Charity Golf Scramble. Tracy Grant started the event with the goal of raising money for the Shriners Hospitals for Children. Over a decade later now, its reach now spans multiple organizations, including the Green Card Center for Autism and Mike Bordick's charity, League of Dreams, which helps give individuals with disabilities the opportunity to experience the joys of baseball and softball.
It's a great feeling. I have a lot of loyal friends, that play in this every year, and I can't express the support that I get from everybody, and it means a great deal to me.
Now, this year, Herman Meadow will host 39 teams and over 150 people, the most ever in the event's history. Besides the golf, which begins on Sunday at 9 a.m., and even if you're not golfing, the silent auction will still give you a chance to contribute to the cause and maybe walk away with some pretty noteworthy mementos.
I have Gronk, Edelman, I have a Pete Rose signed card, Bruins stuff. I have a lot of stuff. That's what the tournament's known for. It's known for its prizes and sports memorabilia.
That Mac Jones autograph is worth something, but how about that Jerry Cheevers autograph? That might be worth even more. I got my eye on that. Already, that's sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Dave, and happy Thursday to you and everybody watching. Maybe not the nicest day out there today, but still it was pretty warm out there earlier today. We did have a good amount of cloud cover, a couple of sprinkles, especially south of Bangor, closer to the coast, Bar Harbor, Rockland, a couple of sprinkles there. Not a big deal, but we will actually get a couple more showers, some bigger rain chances the next couple of days. All of this right here in Canada is going to continue pushing east and make it into our state overnight and then once again into tomorrow. Right now the Northeast is looking really good, pretty much in the clear, just a few passing clouds. Same thing in upstate New York, looking pretty good at the moment. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have more chances of showers and thunderstorms and pretty strong gusty winds with some of those heavier rain bands moving in throughout the overnight hours and then into tomorrow. Same thing into Friday night. So get ready. We're going to have some more rain incoming. Then we're going to finally clear out. But before that, expect around a half an inch of rain here in Bangor. Maybe a tad bit more closer to the coast by Partland, Bar Harbor, same thing out there, Rockland, closer to maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain. Still not a big, massive rain event. Still something to maybe change a couple of plans or two. The weekend's going to look nice, though. Temperatures today were mild. We were hovering around 81 in Bangor, 81 in Bar Harbor, so 80s across the state. A couple of 70s out there by the coast, by Rockland, and same thing in the northern part of the state. But hey, we'll take those 70s any day. It's still some nice and pleasant weather. Same thing all across America. We're not the only ones that have those 80s out there. Same thing all across the northeast shoreboard, and then same thing by Kansas City, Texas. Everybody is in on those 80s and 90s today, so really nice and pleasant day. Our average is supposed to be closer to 78 degrees, so tomorrow and Saturday we're going to be a bit cooler than that. But look what happens Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. Once again, another beautiful rebound in temperatures. We're going to be back in those 80s, so get ready for that. Mother Nature is bringing the heat. Don't forget the sunscreen, sunglasses, and please stay hydrated, as dew points are going to be a bit on the higher end tomorrow. And then Saturday, Sunday, right in time for the weekend, we're going to feel comfortable. Dew points are going to be in the 50s, so it's going to feel really nice and pleasant outside for any outdoor activities. Same thing tonight. We'll be under some mostly cloudy skies, a couple of few showers out there. This will be on the lighter end. Temperatures will be pretty mild and hovering close to 60 degrees, and our extended forecast outlook does show lots of clear weather Saturday and Sunday. Same thing on Monday. Temperatures, though, rebounding into the mid-80s out there. Same thing on Tuesday, but more chances of showers and thunderstorms. Beth and Peter?
All right, so looking at some boomers coming our way, but also a pretty stellar-looking weekend.
Absolutely, yeah, looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, there's still more to come after the break, so stay with us.
You dream big. You think big. You rise up to tackle big challenges. At Camden National Bank, we're rolling up our sleeves alongside you, keeping pace to help you make things happen. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing small about your business.
People with plaque psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, or the surprises they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, you can achieve clearer skin with Otezla. For psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home? Here with At Home FAB and KBF, we offer a great selection of appliances, furniture, bedding, cabinetry, flooring, and more. We have a friendly, welcoming environment and will work with you every step of the way from start to finish. We service our merchandise. Any fixes or repairs, we can do that too. Our professional team has more than 50 years of experience and is here to help. Stop in and ask about our Synchrony 12 months financing with no interest and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
When Cat Tracks in LaGrange wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Cat Tracks in LaGrange is your dealer for Hewitt lifts and Rolladocks, with the goal to get you on the lake faster than anyone else.
Tonight, the battle over the Trump affidavit. How much of the document will the judge make public? And tracking the flood emergency in the South. More Americans turn to World News tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
The The endangered piping plover has a record year in Maine. Maine Audubon says when they first started protecting the birds back in 1981, there were only 10 known nesting pairs here in Maine. Now there are 140 nesting pairs, which fledged 252 chicks this year. That is way up from last year's previous high, which was 125 nesting pairs. Now, despite the success, they say the conservation efforts aren't over.
These birds are unique in that they need sandy beaches in order to nest and raise their young. So as long as there are people on the beach doing things, there's always going to be some effort needed to make sure that people and plovers can share the beach. But I think the most exciting thing is seeing that we can do that.
She credits the high numbers in part to the volunteers on beaches who educate the public about those birds.
Well, the 2023 Maine Teacher of the Year state finalists have been chosen. Heather Anderson teaches 8th grade social studies and English at Caribou Community School. Matthew Bernstein is a social studies teacher at Casco Base High School in Portland. Ashley Bryant teaches math, writing, and science to 4th graders. And Emily Albee is a social studies teacher working with grades 9 through 12 at Hamden Academy. One of the 4 will be named 2023 Maine Teacher of the Year in October, or 2022 rather, in October. A statement says Maine Teachers of the Year serves as an advocate for the teaching profession, Maine schools and students, and represents Maine in the National Teacher of the Year program. Each educator was nominated by a member of their community. And a big congratulations to all those teachers for getting nominated.
Absolutely. You can't thank our educators enough. Pandemic notwithstanding, you still can't thank them enough.